Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we have a triple unboxing for you. I got 3 things from AliExpress, and one of them is going to be really cool. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Pagani Design PD 1734 with a VH31 movement that ticks 4 times a second. And Grogu's wearing my TPW 7017. Grogu said that if Moff Gideon comes around again, Master Skywalker will let slip the frogs of war. I said, don't you mean the dogs of war? He said he prefers frogs. Dogs don't lay eggs. Okay, we have 3 watches, so let's start with the least. And that would be the package on the left. And I don't remember what it is, so this is going to be a surprise to me. And rather than get out my dull knife, I'm just going to use the scissors. I know scissors aren't as cool as a knife, but oh well. That was a little bit easier, wasn't it? Alright, looks like we have a homage to a Cartier tank. And I don't think I've ever reviewed a Cartier tank homage before, so this is kind of new, kind of different. And here it is. It's a Sanda. That's the brand. And look at that. It even comes with a deployment clasp. And it's not all wrapped in plastic, so this shouldn't take too long. So all I gotta do is remove this hang tag. And the hang tag's off. And then I just have to figure out how to thread this deployment clasp because it's kind of different. So I might do that off camera. So give me a minute. Okay, rather than having holes, what you do is you put it in, then just fold it over. And it appears to stay that way. So it's a little bit different than most clasps on a leather strap. So let's go ahead and put it on. And here it is on my 7.5-inch wrist. It's kind of small. I have a feeling I might have got a lady size tank. Yeah, this is a little bit too small for me. I thought it'd be bigger. Alright, well it fits on the wrist anyway. And some people do like small watches. So I'll probably end up reviewing it anyway. Alright, let's go on to the next watch. Okay, once again, we're going to stick with the scissors because that just works so much easier. Look at that. And this watch is definitely a lot heavier than that Sanda was. And it looks like what we have here is a Skmei. And it looks like it's an homage to a Casio Oak, but with a full metal bracelet and a full metal watch. So yeah, it's got some weight to it. It doesn't feel cheap, so this might be a good bracelet. So let's take first of all, let's take the hang tag off. Well, I totally mangled the hang tag, so I'm just going to probably throw it away. Nobody really cares anyway when I sell these. So let's get the plastic off. But yeah, I'm kind of surprised. This has got some significant weight for a Skmei. And actually, I'm pretty sure a viewer suggested I review this watch. And the one they suggested, though, said Japanese movement on it. But that was like $50, and I'm not going to spend $50 on a Skmei. But then I found another one, which was the same watch, but it didn't say Japanese movement, and it was $20. So that seemed more reasonable. Because, yeah, I'm just not going to spend $50 on a Skmei, because I'm never going to be able to sell it for even close to that. me being self-funded, I have to be able to sell these watches when I'm done. Otherwise, I won't be able to buy more watches. And then the wife will have to have a little talk with me. And then Fun with Watches will be done with watches. And we don't want that, do we? I know, if I just get off my lazy butt and go get some sponsors or whatever. It's kind of nice being completely independent. And then I don't have to answer to anybody. Alright, the plastic is off. Now that I feel it, this is definitely a hollow link bracelet. It is not solid. So most of the weight must come from this watch head. So let's put it on the wrist and see what it looks like. Here it is on size of my 7.5-inch wrist. And as you can see, it's a big bracelet. I can get 4 fingers underneath, so I'll be removing 2 to 3 links. No problem there. But yeah, it's a nice looking watch. And it's probably the heaviest Skmei I've ever worn. Let me put it on the scale and see how much this weighs. Yeah, 145 grams. That's pretty heavy for a Skmei. So, and once again, the bracelet's hollow, so a lot of the weight's from the watch head. So it's built solid. All right, let's get on to the next watch. Okay, I saved the best for last. This is definitely a step up from the other 2 watches. So this one, you should be happy with this one. At least I should be happy with it. Okay, now we got it open. Oops, knocking the camera around. And what do we have in here? Looks like we have some sizing tools and a screwdriver and a hang tag that says San Martin. So yes, this is a San Martin watch. I've only ever done one other San Martin on this channel, and it was a aviation watch, and it wasn't one of their solid steel things, so it wasn't that expensive. This one's definitely more expensive, and it looks like they changed their cases. The last one was more of a plasticky thing, a lot taller. And here it is. We have a San Martin homage to a Rolex sub, a Hulk. And I had a choice between black or green, and I chose the green because I'm just not a big fan of black watches. I mean, honestly, if I could afford a sub, I don't think I'd get one because I wouldn't want black. And the other colors are so hard to get. And plus, if you want a blue one, you have to get one in gold. And who can afford gold? So, yeah, I can already tell that, you know, the San Martin has pretty impressive build quality for AliExpress watches. And I can already tell by just holding it that this is a pretty well made watch. It looks great for one thing. And also, I heard the wife just drive up into the driveway. So if this video stops all of a sudden, it's because the wife came in and started talking. Because I didn't warn her that I was making this video. But yeah, this plastic's coming off, and yeah, so far, like I said, this watch is looking really cool. So this is my first solid steel San Martin on the channel. I've always kind of avoided them because they were kind of pricey, and I have to be able to sell my watches, and it's easy to sell a $30 to $40 watch, even a $100 watch, but when watches get up over $100, it's kind of hard to sell them on Facebook Marketplace unless they're prominent brands. So I mean, I tried to sell that Timex Q for the longest time before I finally sold it, and I just had to keep on discounting it. Well, it looks like the plastic's off. Let's spin the bezel. Oh yeah, that's a good bezel. It's kind of tight, but it's really solid. Oop, went all the way around. Just want to make sure everything lines up. Okay. Lines up. Good Cyclops. Looks like the date might be in the middle of a transition. Let's go ahead and pop the crown and move it all the way on. Yeah, it was in the middle of a transition. That's why it looked a little off center. So let's put the crown back in. Alright, the crown was a little bit difficult to screw back in, but hopefully that's just because it's a brand new watch. Alright, let's put it on the wrist and see what it looks like. Here it is, unsized on my 7.5-inch wrist. And it looks like I can get 3 fingers. So I'll be removing 1 to 2 links. Definitely not 3. But yeah, that's a nice looking watch. You can really tell it's really built. It feels really heavy and solid. So yeah, I have a feeling this is going to get a great review. Well, thank you for watching my triple unboxing video. And I will be back with reviews on all 3 of these watches eventually. I got a lot of watches ahead of them though. Although I might fast track this San Martin just because of its significance. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.